cheer you up, but never on your good days. I wasn't worth that much. You told me I was special, but not enough to make you stay. I guess you couldn't settle with somebody like me. My self-esteem has reached a new all-time low. At least you accomplished something, yeah. Before you, I was doing good on my own. If only I just hadn't been so wrong. How can I have been so stupid, so naive? Wish I did, but little did I know. Why have I been wasting all my energy? Wish I did, but little did I know that you were gonna chase me, get me, leave me just to move on. That I was gonna like you, love you, need you just to end up alone. How can I have been so stupid, so naive? Wish I did, but little did I know. I can't forget goodbye. Yeah, the sound that woke me up. A text at 7:45, yeah, saying we were done. If I could laugh now, I would laugh about it good, but it's gonna take time. I need to cry you out. Oh, yeah. My self-esteem has reached a new all-time low. At least you accomplished something, yeah. Before you, I was doing good on my own. If only I just hadn't been so wrong. No, 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 no. How can I have been so stupid, so naive? Wish I did, but little did I know. Why have I been wasting all my energy? Wish I did, but little did I know that you were gonna chase me, get me, leave me just to move on. That I was gonna like you, love you, need you just to end up alone. How can I have been so stupid, so naive? Wish I did, but little did I know.
Out of my head, out of bed, still sleeping. Could I be dead? Or is it something I have done? Did I lead you on to think that I was gone? Trapped inside a fake reality. Better days will never come to me. How can I be honest with myself when I'm always playing someone else? Once in a while, I get tired of talking. I put on a smile and let my alter ego out wherever I will go. The stains will always show. Trapped inside a fake reality. Better days will never come for me. How can I be honest with myself when I'm always playing someone else? I'm trapped inside a fake reality. Better days will never come for me.
Alright, I think that's how you do this. Anyway, g'day everyone, welcome back to, well, I say welcome back, it's been so long I may as well re-welcome everyone to the pre-1937 historic Route 66 that we're doing here. So, not many of you probably would have actually done this stream because I think the last one I did was probably close to 6 months ago, but I guess there was maintenance or something to be performed on the aircraft over the last 6 months, and that's why we're not actually in the Cessna 152. I was going to take the 152 like I put in the thumbnail, and I was like, oh yeah, the Mistral. This is one of my favourite little aircraft to fly within the Sims, so I was like, bugger it. Let's take the big Mistral this time, and maybe it will overtake the 152 as the option of choice. Who knows? Anyway, so we're heading out from Hesperia here. We're heading to Needles. Don't worry, you don't need to get jabbed. There's my mouse mod. Cool, even though you wouldn't have seen it on stream, but there you go. I also need to make sure that I put the correct details into the Fly Live studio thing, otherwise you have no idea what's going on. Yeah, okay, I thought that might happen. It does, actually. There we go, that's great. Fantastic. I'll get to the hellos and welcome in 2 seconds. Just doing behind the scenes stuff. Let's call it stuff. There we go. Cool, so that's all entered in. That now should show... oh, hang on. Alright. 2 seconds, guys. Alright, let's try that. Let's see what happens here. So, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Let me know if that's any better. And I won't proceed to try and do anything else until we've got a good balance of everything here. Obviously, I want you guys to be able to vibe out to the music, but obviously want you to be able to hear me as well. I can potentially move the microphone a bit closer as well. We did, I think this is the only, I believe this is only the second or the third stream I've done since we've moved into this new room, so the microphone's in a different spot, so it may need to be moved. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so, yep, 2 seconds. I'm going to move the mic if Star lets me down. Alright, now how does that come across? That should be, I'm hoping, significantly better. I gotta keep talking. I don't want to keep talking too much, Bruden, because if somebody's got their volume up really loud because I was really quiet, now they're just gonna be like, I can't hear anything. I don't really want to be responsible for that if I can avoid it, you know? Drew, deep and luxurious. That's exactly how I want to sound on stream. Deep and luxurious. ASMR voice time. Lacking a little warmth, a bit better. Okay. Hang on, I can probably still make this even better. Right, so is that now? If I put it any closer, it's going to be in my mouth. So I mean, we're going to have to, you know. I don't really feel like swallowing a microphone to begin a stream, if I can avoid it. Yes, I agree with you, Sean. Nobody beats Brett Plays for the warm and deep baritones. At that distance, like Banjo, if my elbow is on the thing of the chair, literally I just have to move my fingers a couple of centimeters and I'm touching the microphone. So, yeah. As I said, I can't physically put it any closer unless I put it in my mouth. I don't really want to be putting the microphone in my mouth, as I said. I can't have it there because I can't then... Here's a sentence for you. I can't have it there because then I can't play with my joystick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's already started. What are we in? 14 and a half minutes. Fantastic. Good start, good start. I don't want to eat it, Banjo. It's too big. The mouth just... We're not even going to go through that conversation because it's just going to end up with too many innuendos and stuff. Benny, I'm really close to putting the microphone in my mouth. Just so people can hear me properly. Alright, enough screwing around with putting microphones in my mouth and stuff. I need to somehow figure out how to start this Pipistral, and I need to go back and say g'day to everyone who's jumped in as well. So I've got many tasks to do and not much time to do it in. So we're going to turn on the electrical shit. Well, we're not going to turn on the inoperative button because... You know, yeah. Whoops. There we go. That puts us on GURPS. Yes, that's where it needs to be. That is that. That is that. Cool. Are you trying to tell me that this thing only requires 2 switches? I feel like you're bullshitting me. Something's gone wrong with Ruden's caps lock. He can't yell like the boomer that he is on the internet. That's a shame, Ruden. Alright, so it looks like this thing literally requires 2 switches. And then everything just happens. So now I'm going to try and start it. And if it starts, well... Great. Okay, it really is that simple. Far out. Cool. Well, that's, yeah. Alright, so that means that because we've already got this damn thing started now, like 2 minutes after we were going to, Control E, yep, 2 switches. That's exactly right, Sean. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back to the beginning of the chat. We're going to see what we might have missed, you know. Well, Sean's asking Wes what he's flying. I don't even know if Wes has made it in here yet, so the answer is probably nothing. Vruden says, what's all this then? Vruden, if you haven't figured out what it is yet by now, I would get checked for some sort of Alzheimer's. Fozzie says it's a bit odd. What, me? Or streaming? Or just everything in general? Because, I mean, you can probably agree with all three of those statements. Brett Plays says, good evening, folks. Good evening, Brett Plays. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Banjo is here. G'day, mate. Even though we've already well and truly established the fact that you're here after basically made me swallow the microphone. Yeah. G'day, nonetheless. Hope you are doing well. And then we went through all the... I'm not going to go over all the stuff where we just talked about volume levels and all that shit because there's just no point. Drew is here with his deep and luxurious. Drew, g'day, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing fantastically. Benny Big Bucks is here as well, and he's wondering what I'm putting in my mouth. Well, yeah, I think we already went through that as well, so we'll just keep on moving. Who else is here? Oh, Stu is here. G'day, Stu, mate. Welcome to the stream. Remind me, Stu, once we're up in the air, I'm going to add my new soundboard to the chatbot for you, sir, and for a couple of the others that are currently in the chat. Yeah, and then you guys can have your own soundboards. I downloaded it during Jacko's stream, just obviously haven't had the opportunity to actually put it into the chatbot, but it's something I can do during the stream. So I will. Vruden has completely lost his caps lock key altogether. Would still take Oz flights if the fitting and start it up.
Leave it! Leave it! Leave it! Just fucking leave it!
Yes, Benny, it probably would, even though it's just 2 buttons and a key. But anyway. Right, so other than Stu, I think we've got everybody sorted. So let's throw on the eye tracking device, like so. Let's make our way down to the active is the other end. So just, you know, that's obviously great and all. So we've got a little bit of a taxi ahead of us. No Ubers or whatever they are, Diddy or Grab or whatever here, just taxi. So those who didn't catch what was put in the Discords earlier on, any donations to the channel this evening will be going to a fundraiser. There is more information about it in the Discord. !Discord in the chat if you'd like to read about it. I don't really want to go putting it all over the stream because it, you know, can be a trigger warning and all sorts of things for certain people. But basically it is to do with mental health and male suicide and all those things that are not so wonderful. And I don't really want to start the stream off in that sort of mood. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing what any donations to the streams both tonight and tomorrow night will be going to, that's available in the Discord to have a look at. Please don't feel pressured into making any sort of donation. There is no pressure. It's more of a, you know, just so you guys know, that's what's going to happen with anything that occurs within the next 2 streams. That's all. I agree with you, Sean, and I was actually thinking about that earlier today. I'm wondering if when I get back from Asia, if we should, because that's how we progressed through a large portion of the World Adventure last time.
Yeah!
Hey, Benny Big Bucks, mate. Thank you very much for that. Really, really appreciate that. It definitely will not go unnoticed and goes to a good cause. Sorry, to come back to you, Sean, as I was saying, that's part of the reason why we managed to push through such a large amount of the World Adventure when we did that 18-hour mental health stream. It's been probably close to 12 months now since we did that. In fact, September is, of course, Are You OK month, mental health month. So I'm wondering if we should do a 24-hour World Adventure stream alongside raising money again for mental health charities like we did last time. It's something that I would be very interested in doing if everybody else would be interested in possibly having a yearly thing or something along those lines that supports these sorts of causes. Anyway, let me know what you think in the chat. I am glancing at the chat with the peripheral vision, but obviously I can't move my head too much with the tracker. Otherwise, I just end up looking around the aircraft and the scenery like a complete nutter. Alright, so we'll pull her onto the runway and then we'll get her up, set up, so the minimum safe altitude for this flight is 5,500, so obviously I recommend picking at least 5,500 unless you feel like doing some clipping of some trees and all that, in which case I'm sure the local council will approve of your handiwork. I'm just going straight for it because I know a few of you are in quite quick aircraft this evening and I'm obviously not, so... Geez, it must be slightly windy or something because I was all over the shot. Anybody would think I'd had 15 drinks before I started. I promise I haven't, I've had 16. Alright, let's get ourselves up into a position of more than 500 feet. Where is me knob? I don't mean that one before everybody gets excited. I mean the knob to increase the altitude. Ah, that's how you do it. Right. Okay. Right, so we will throw on the FD, we will throw on the flight change, we will throw on the nav, we will throw on the AP, we will bring back the flaps, and we will bring back the power a little bit as well. Turn off the head tracker so we can go to some good views. Now, I'm hoping it's not going to try and make us climb over this mountain range in front of us. I don't think it is, but if it is, that's definitely more than 5,500 feet, and we would be screwed. Right, pull the engine out of the red. Okay, the engine doesn't want to come out of the red for some reason. That's because I'm not. That's better. Good. Right, now we're in the green. Everything is good. Nothing's going to blow up. Loving this early morning life here in California. Benny says there's knobs everywhere. Yes, there is. There's one currently sitting here doing a lot of talking and various hand movements. How you going? Sean says, yeah, not a problem, Sean. You do you, mate. You take your time, etc. As I said, what I said to you earlier in Jacko's stream, I will send you the direct link so that you can sort it out when you're in a position to be able to do it, mate. As I said, there's no pressure, no requirement. Just the option is there for those who are in a position to be able to offer their assistance, if that makes sense. Hey, Lizard Man! He says, holy crap, didn't know you were streaming, just saw your name on the horizon, I'ma come in. Yeah, no worries, come on in. We've just gotten up here from HESPERIA. We've got about an hour and a half of actual flying, and this first part that I'm completing is actually in the flight plan where we're going out to rejoin up with Route 66 itself, so you got plenty of time. Yes, you are Slippy Fist. I also saw William flying before, William Kelly, Mojave High. I wonder if he'll see all our name tags jump up within his sim and kind of be like, what's going on? Yes, Doggo has made an appearance, Benny. She's just like, hey, you're streaming. I'm meant to be a part of this. I'm giving other people other than you, well, not that you're a person, but I'm giving, yeah, lick the microphone. Good idea. We've got Doggo ASMR right here, right now on this channel. Yeah, you probably would have been like, why are all these people's name tags that I know just chilling? Why do we not appear to be climbing? What's going on here? Hang on. Why is this? Ah, that's better. Okay. I'm like, where is the thing that tells me that what this is actually doing? It's that little blue marker on the screen. Okay, that makes more sense. Now we're going up. Good. Right. Everything's back under control. I was like, we need to be at 4,800 feet in 3 nautical miles. There's an issue. But no worries. We do not need a tissue for this issue. Thank you very much, Lizard Man. It is nice to be streaming again, I must say. However, I am stopping streaming again for 3 weeks whilst I go on holidays. But then, guaranteed that we're going to be back streaming, basically straight up. Maybe even with a 24-hour mental health one, just to really get us back into the whole streaming thing. Alright, so we should be gonna be making another right-hander in a moment, I think, yes? Star? Don't be weird. Excuse me, the dog's being weird. She's licking my fingernails. Careful of the microphone, little miss. Careful, you. Alright. Yeah, reflects its owner. Yes, thank you very much, Benny, but also 100% on point. Yeah. You are not wrong. Alright, I just need to add a new sound file. 2 seconds. Is under that, And it is called... Okay. Yeah. Cool. And select that, and then if I do... So... Alright, let's try this. Yeah, I am going the correct way now, Vruden. But, the flight plan, was bringing us out from Hesperia back onto, Route 66. So now, we should be where we're meant to be. Looks like we are, because I think that what we're about to come up on here near Oak Hills is Route 66.
Welcome to All Things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
There we go, Stu. Whilst we're making our way over here, I'm going to add the other couple of soundboards that I chucked in for the regulars. That's assuming that they're labelled correctly as well, because some of them that I downloaded had some very interesting labels. No worries, Stu. I got you, mate. I got you. Hey, Icarus is here. He says, hello, Bryce. Great to see you streaming again, mate. I certainly am, Icarus. I certainly am. I'm sure you got sick of seeing me share memes and shit on Facebook, so now you've got other ways to be entertained by myself. At least, hopefully, anyway. Hoping I've still got the entertaining persona. Yeah, exactly, Drew. We certainly do. Speaking of which, I need to come up with one for Drew. I don't know what I'm going to come up with for him, but I'll come up with something, don't you worry. Oh, hang on. That probably didn't work. Scroll down, scroll down. Come on, chatbot. Stop lagging like a thing. That's better. Bang, bang. Right. Sean! There we go, one for you as well there, Sean. So now I think that means that Jacko's got one, Sean's got one, Stu's got one. Who else has got one? Oh, Wes has got one as well. But that one links up to his channel, so I'll drop that when he's actually in here. Because I'm pretty sure by now that everybody is subscribed to Wes's channel. And if you're not, what are you doing with your life? Because he'll be back to streaming next week, I think. Right, so off to our right-hand side here is Route 66, I believe. And then it should peel off towards the left in a moment, I believe. We'll be coming up on the Febax waypoint, whatever the fucking hell that is. We're actually in Victorville, so do keep an eye out for the aircraft boneyard, which I believe is actually over there in the distance. And I would have added that into the flight plan. No, I'm not that insane. I mean, I'm very friggin' insane, but I'm not that insane, am I? So that would be Route 66, I believe, that's just passing below us there. Or we're about to pass over. Jeez, there's no, like, we're not even Jewish and we're performing Passover. Like, bloody hell. Oh, Big Jacko's Gaming is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's bringing a raid. Everybody get into your bunkers and take cover. G'day, Jacko. Hope you are doing well, mate. Hey, Fusey. Howdy. G'day. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Are you turned over before the raid? That's alright. That's alright. We appreciate the support either way, mate. Jacko, I hope you're listening, mate, because I'm about to drop something in the chat for you.
America's a better country, Jax.
Yeah, they are. And whilst you're at it, ladies and gentlemen, if for some reason you've been living under a rock and you haven't subscribed to Big Jacko's channel, do check that link that just got dropped in the chat, and you will be able to hang out with the dirtiest slew that anybody on the internet ever knew. Oh, we got some stuttering as we come over the, Southern California logistics. Yeah, okay. See? I did think ahead. I did. So we are flying on the pre-1937 Route 66 Swift Bunny. So when Route 66 went...
Look! What the fuck is this?
Exactly what whoever dropped that in the chat said. But yeah, so we're doing the whole journey from Santa Monica Pier all the way into Chicago, following Route 66 the whole way, the original Route 66, as best as you possibly can. Yes, it certainly does, Sean. It certainly does. So I'm glad that I did put the Southern California Logistics Victorville in. However, because I don't currently have a scenery mod for it, we don't actually get to see any of the parked aircraft. Oh, we get to see a little bit over here. But it's been covered by like a taxiway. That's a little bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, I should have downloaded the mod that you can do for this. It's easy. How's the flight going so far? Says Big Jacko. It's going not bad. It's going not bad. We're we're flying. We're in the air. We haven't crashed. All the things that important, I guess. We're Star's already very much making sure that she is the main feature of the stream, as she likes to do. And she's just being really weird with licking. I'm pretty sure that she's I'm not kink shaming the dog, but I'm pretty sure she's got some weird fucking woohoo She's into some weird shit. Yeah, I'm talking about you. There you go. There you go. Gowan says Doggo rules. Yes, she does. She absolutely does. She's a shitbag, but she rules. She's a ruling shitbag. Sounds like most politicians, really. Sean says, did you see the video for Just Flight Traffic? I hope it's out soon. I've always used Traffic Ultimate from JF in the sim. Makes a huge difference. I did not see the video. I am aware of it coming out. I will be very interested to see what it does, what it's about, how well it works, what sort of performance degradation it causes, etc., etc. You make a very good point, actually, Lizard Man. Supposedly they're doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work on the servers today and recently. So there's a few issues with multiplayer. I don't know if you're involved in the beta, the Sim Update 10 beta. If you are, you're definitely not going to be able to see anyone. But I'm assuming you're not, because you were saying how you could see people before. So, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right, Sean. They certainly are. GC Bounds says hello. Hello, GC Bounds, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing fantastically. It's been a while, good sir. It's good to see you. Gowan says Eagle Air Park is where your son flies out of. Are we near Eagle Air Park, are we, Gowan? I can see the Palisades Ranch, obviously, seeing as we're about to literally fly over it. So Palisades Ranch has Molly Brown's Country Cafe at it as well. So this is one thing that I like a lot about the US, which is very few and far between, unfortunately, in Australia when it comes to small airports and GA flying. In the US, you can fly into an airport, land, get out of your aircraft, go over the road or go into the terminal or whatever, and have a feed and a coffee and all that without paying airport prices. There's only a couple of places in Australia where you can do that. Second to last stop on the trip. Okay, that's cool, Garwin. We will make sure to revisit it? I don't know, in the chat, if that makes sense. Yeah, now Garwin, I love you. I like the look of your new icon, but I haven't seen it up close yet. So after this stream, I'm going to actually jump over onto your channel and have a good look at it. Speaking of which, as well, I don't know if it is. Yes, it is. 2 seconds. Let me sort this out right now, because Garwin is streaming tomorrow. Wow, tomorrow 9:30 a.m. my time. Hey, Gowan, you've hit the 100 subscribers, mate. Look at you. Holy shit. I really better get my act together and start getting some subs and all that going, because you're catching up to me. So 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to chuck something in the Streamlabs chat bot here for Garwin. One of those ones that's not labelled. Oh, alright, 2 seconds. Doggo's got to go out, so I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here. I'm going to take her out, grab myself a beer, and figure out which soundboard is for Garland. Be back in a moment.
In the arms of gold, I rise from the ashes. With pins and patches, we carry on. I rise from the ashes. I heal from the passion. My doubts are gone. Gold.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence. But it hit the fan when I got him down at bench. When I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these, cause my last name ain't Kid. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid the wish. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verb, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. People I'm saying ain't get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get about the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post.
Alright, we are back. Still following the Route 66 quite well, actually. I'm impressed with my ability to put together a flight plan that follows a road, I must say. Alright, so to come back to what was being spoken about before with Garwin. So Garwin also streams within the sim, does a great job of it. So 9:30 AM my time, that's GMT plus 10. I don't know exactly what time that translates to the rest of you, but if you put 9:30 AM GMT plus 10 into Google and then figure out compared to your time zone, you'll have no issues in figuring out what time he streams. But for those who are interested in checking out Garwin,
Hail to the king, baby.
because the running joke on this channel, basically since the day Garwin joined, has been that he thinks he's the king. Well, now he is. So do click on that link. Subscribe to Garwin if you're not 100% sure on whether you want to subscribe. At least check out his stream in 9 hours time or whatever. Haha, Garwin, I removed the Garwin is king thing and replaced it with your channel link. Sorry. Can't have you getting too big of a head and thinking you are realistically the king, like the actual king. You can still dream? I mean, you can, absolutely. Didn't they make a song about that? Dreamer, you know you are a dreamer, etc, etc. So who have we got flying with us? We've obviously got Stu. your boy Skinny Piz. Skin Y, maybe? I don't know. I can't really tell how far they are away. I'm just assuming that they're... Anyway, you know what assuming does. It makes an ass out of you and me. We got Icarus, we got Garwin, we've got Sal Kennedy, we've got Sean, we've got... Definitely not XXHTMN because he's in a Boeing 737. We've got Vruden in a Cessna 172. Everybody take a picture of that because you're never going to see Vruden flying something like a Cessna 172. He lives exclusively in helicopters and in military jets. We have Mr. Black Evo over there in his Mark 1A. I'm assuming he's in VR, as I would love to be as well. Hip Doubloon is definitely not with us either. And then whoever's in the Cessna 152 might also be as well, I think. Now, I thought I saw Brett plays before, but it may have been my eyes deceiving me. And I also know that Lizardman is somewhere in the general area. He just isn't able to be seen right at this point. So this is Barstow that we are coming up on now. Now, those of us who have played a lot of American Truck Simulator, which is probably quite a few of you here. He's practicing cold and dark in the MiG-21, right. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, I could have sworn I saw him. Yeah, so a lot of us who have played American Truck Sim obviously are very, very familiar with Barstow, especially towards when we were at the start of ATS, because you get a lot of jobs in and around Barstow if you select the San Diego depot. Hey, Zach's Gaming Lab says hello.com.au. I don't know. I think it was actually hello.com.au. Only a select few Australians, possibly even Melburnians, will even get that reference. But Zach's Gaming Lab, g'day, welcome to the stream. How you going? We need to get you you exist once again. We need to get you a soundboard like I've got for few of the guys in here now. Cool. Just making sure that everything's still dunky hoary and where it needs to be. Geez, Black Evo is skimming he's skimming Route 66. He wants to drive Route 66 in his Mark 1A. Yep, so that big rail yard is the BNSF Railway Barstow yard. So I'm assuming it's just I'm assuming that's why there's such a large presence of trucking out of Barstow, because it's the end of a line, a massive freight railway line. So yes, I believe you're correct, Sean. Excuse me a sec, the dogs are growling at each other. We'll need to separate them. Alright, we're back. I've brought them in here so that if they start to act up, I can pull them back into line. Yes, actually, that's a good one, Sean. That's a really good one. Garland says there's a huge BNSF rail hub in Needles, so in our destination as well. I guess that makes sense. Route 66. It's not a massively used route anymore because of all the highways and freeways that have now been built. So obviously the trucking companies and the train companies have taken advantage of that they've basically got a road to themselves, you know, give or take. Obviously, there's exceptions to that. Yes, this is the new PC that is being used, Zach. Swift Bunny says he's got the TAFE. Got TAFE tomorrow with the Gordon Ramsay-like teacher. You know what, Swift Bunny? You can go and... It's raw! You should, don't do this, but you should just start addressing him, well, you can aggress him as well, really. Addressing him as, yes, Gordon, or, yes, Mr. Ramsey. And just see if he sort of laughs, smiles, yells. Murder's illegal, so that's probably not going to occur, so I think you're pretty safe. But don't actually try that. You're probably going to get Gordon Ramsay if you do. Zach's Gaming Lens says, have you tried F1 22 yet? I haven't even tried F1 21. The last F1 I played was 2020. Because I'm up to date and hip and with the times, you know. What's something that the kids say these days? Yeet? No, that's old as fuck. Never mind. So am I. Yeah, so I don't even have the F1 22 mod for Assetto Corsa. I've got Assetto Corsa, but I don't have the F1 22 mod for it. I probably should. At least until I get my hands on F1 22. But again, none of that's happening till September. Sorry, it just isn't. Mainly because I'm not here. Very hard to do tasks like this when you're not actually in the place. The heat that this PC pushes out though. Like, I'm not running the heater at all tonight. I've been playing games now probably on and off since about 5 o'clock this afternoon. So that's 6-7 hours now. And I've had the door closed for basically that whole time, which I don't usually have it closed. And it's hot in here. Properly warm. Killer PC I've got there. Thank you very much, Zach. It's, you know, I have this YouTube channel to thank for, you know, parts of the upgrades. Okay, not the GPU, and to be fair, that's a $2,000 thing, so, you know, I can't come to expecting that. But the extra RAM and the extra solid state drive that I threw in, that was all thanks to people on the YouTube channel being incredibly generous and money that was sitting in the YouTube channel account. That enabled me to not just do the GPU, it enabled me to do the GPU and the power supply and an SSD and more RAM. So it's because of you guys that I now have an absolutely killer PC and I'm able to come back to do streaming again. Yeah, I've noticed as well, Garwin, that now I'm in a smaller room than I was previously, that it's a lot easier for the PC to heat it, whereas the previous room was probably almost double the size of this one. Is the CFA standing by? Absolutely, Drew, they are. Absolutely, they are. Hey, I can see Lizard Man, Slippy Fists on the runway there at Barstow. Have you seen the Spa 24? As in that sort of spa, as in that sort of spa with the bubbles and... Or are we talking about like spa in Belgium? Don't hurt me if that's wrong. What did happen to, like, this is probably a question that's been asked before, but I'm a bit of an F1 amateur sometimes. What happened to Ferrari ever since Schumacher retired? Woo!
Yeah!
Hey, Zach's Gaming Lab coming in with the donation, mate. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So Zach, in the Discord you'll see that there any money donated in this evening and tomorrow evening's streams are going to a specific cause. So if you want to look at what that's going towards, feel free. It's in there. There's a big message about it in channel announcements. So GC bounds. So we're all in. Well, I say all. Most of us are in single-engine GA aircraft or aircraft that can keep up with single-engine GA aircraft. So Kit Fox, RK9, Cessna 172, Kodiak, MiG-29 doesn't quite fit the bill as. And then I think Garwin's in his Long EZ. So that gives you an idea of what sort of aircraft you should be joining in. In terms of airports, our next airport is Ludlow. 5 Charlie Alpha 4. It is about 25 nautical miles from where we are right now. Yeah, okay, that's a good point, Sean. They did. Oh, absolutely, Zach. No, I really do appreciate it. I just wanted obviously everyone to be aware what their money that they donated since we came back to streaming last week will be going towards. Because I just don't want, I don't want people to donate over the next 2 days thinking it's going towards the channel. That's all. If that makes sense. They've been up and down since. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said, I'm a bit of a F1 noob. Yeah. So, I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they haven't been at the top of the game. Some pretty vast differences in scenery here. On one side we've got flat desert, and on the other side we've got mountainous terrain. It's quite nice. But below us right now we have Route 66. There you go, GC Bounds, all the information that you need. Garland says about 20 years ago he drove what was left of 66. Yeah. I mean, I think it all still exists, Garland, doesn't it? Just some of it is still unsealed road now in the very, very remote parts. Back like how it was when it was originally a thing. Yes, Brett Plays is definitely back in the game. So we've got Lizard Man, Brett Plays, and Black Evo all seeming to follow each other around in some faster jets, which is cool. I absolutely love doing these scenic flights when I've got the others flying around doing an air show, private air show for us. It's quite nice. There's a waypoint. There's a waypoint just off to our right-hand side called D-Nut. Oh, some has been actually ripped up as it going, and the highway is the only way. That's slightly frustrating. I would have assumed they just left it unsealed, and therefore that's why it just doesn't get used, and people don't really, you know, use the old Route 66 part because of that. But it's actually been ripped up. That's a shame. Zach's Gaming Lab says, I gotta go. See you in the next one. Zach, not a problem, mate. All good. The next one is tomorrow, and then we've got a 3-week hiatus on streams, but we will have content. IRL content. So, have a good one, mate. Look after yourself, all those things, etc. And see you when I'm looking at you. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Asobo ripped up the road, right, right, Garland? Yeah, Garland, you were saying that we should do Route 20 at some point. Or are you going to stream it on your channel? Or are you talking about driving it in IRL? Doing it IRL. Yeah, okay. Must be a big road to take 4 to 6 weeks. And what do you just drive from one end to the other and then ship your car back, or do you then drive back as well? Or are you talking it takes 4 to 6 weeks to go return? Oh, it would be a fun one to stream in something low and slow. Coast to coast. Ah, okay. Yeah. That's a fairly decent distance. Just get on one of the what's it called? Not a Greyhound. That's a bus. Get on an Amtrak and go from coast to coast. Okay, so the Route 20 is back roads, but it goes from coast to coast, and then you can go on the highway and it takes 4 to 5 days. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. You've been from Needles to Boston on Amtrak? Geez, that's a fairly decent hike. So I don't know if it'll show up here in the sim, but we're actually about to pass the Route 66, one of the Route 66 road markings up here on our right hand side in about 6 or 7 nautical miles, I believe, is what little nav map is telling me. I mean, it might be, Sean. Like, there's nothing wrong with a trike. A trike is still heaps of fun. You can put an exhaust on it as well that makes it sound like a Harley. You can still get bugs in your teeth. There you go. I'm sure that's the experience you're looking for, Sean. So if you want bugs in your teeth, get out there and do it. I know we can't see it on the webcam, but right at the moment, down on the left of my feet, the two doggos are curled up together, cuddling. Yep, hindsight's a wonderful thing, Sean. But if we let hindsight control our lives, we'd never get anywhere. So, I'm sure that there is a way for you to be able to experience it in some way, shape or form. Even if it's, you know, break it up into small flights or something. At least you'd still be able to see it. It's not a perfect situation, but, you know, nothing in life ever is. Yeah, so Route 40 goes exactly where Route 66 used to go. Because if you zoom in on... So the only reason I know that is because if you zoom in on little nav map, next to the 40s is a 66. And you've got Route 66 road markings all the way along as well in various spots. So I'm assuming this is where you're talking about before, how the old road got ripped up and replaced with a highway. It says it is. Like, right next to my number 40s here, I've got a 66. And then when we get to Ludlow, we make a slight right-hand turn to a heading of 120 degrees. And it says the National Trails Highway, which is Route 66. So, if I'm not mistaken, there's your highway, Route 40, there's your Route 66. on the right hand side of it. Yeah, so what you were saying before, Garland, they've torn down parts of the road and replaced it with highway. So it's not technically Route 66, but it is Route 66. It's a difficult one to engineer, especially within the sim, where some of the mapping that's available is questionable. What are you doing, Lizard Man? Or do I not want to know? I'm not an expert, Lizard Man, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you fly.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth.
You're not keen for TAFE tomorrow. Is it worth becoming a chef? It's a very broad question, Swift Bunny. Because people just assume that being a chef is something that you do if you like to cook. And it is. But you need to have an unbridled passion. And that passion needs to sort of be not just like, it definitely needs to be towards the cooking, but it also needs to be towards the adrenaline rush of service and being, you know, absolutely slammed, and all the emotions that come with that, and the creativity just needs to be continuously flowing and flowing and flowing. If you're not always thinking, I want to try this place, I want to try this place, I want to try this dish, I want to cook that, yeah, maybe it's something you need to, you know, ooh, is this for me? At the same time, finishing your apprenticeship and having the qualification is never going to do you wrong in life. I mean, it is a industry that is in incredibly high demand for staff. That's my 2 cents. Me too, Sean. It's a good tune. So, this here is Route 66, just off to our left here, this very small road, or what is now called the, I don't know if I can get my mouse to behave, the National Trails Highway. So, Swift Bunny, a Certificate 3, are you doing an apprenticeship Certificate 3 or just a Certificate 3? And yeah, what Garland said, do what you love. We'll make it your best job ever. GC Bound says, where is the next stop? I was trying to figure out why it wasn't letting me play on multiplayer. Yep. That is a very interesting question, GC Bounds. The next stop is at Cadiz Airstrip, Charlie Alpha 90. And it's in about 25 nautical miles. Just a Cert 3. Brett Plays says, I'm out. Good night all. Have a good flight there, Bryce. Brett Plays, not a problem at all, mate. You have a good one as well. Look after yourself, good sir. No, so Charlie Alpha 90 GC bounds. Swift Bunny, my best piece of advice for you is transfer to an apprenticeship. That will give you your answers. And if the TAFE is serious, they'll help you find an apprenticeship. And then you get paid for the day you go to TAFE. So you do 32 hours a week at your place of work, and then you do 6 hours a week at TAFE paid. Yeah, so what Sean said as well, if you don't do it at a school, his advice is great. If you do it at a school, in a classroom, like what you are at the moment, different scenario. Banjo says, good night all, take it easy people. Banjo, mate, same to you. Look after yourself, and I will see you when I'm looking at you next. And Swift Bunny, I did what you did. I originally started a non-apprenticeship certificate 3, and the same as you, I got to the point where I was just like, TAFE's a bit shit. But when I started the apprenticeship side of actually doing it within a commercial kitchen, everything changed. Gowan says the username Mr. Slippy Fist can go a couple of ways. Both are funny. Mrs. Lippy Fist is what I'm going with. I don't even want to imagine how that would look, a lippy fist. No worries, GC Bounds. We've still got a little way to go, so I'm sure there'll be an airport that you can join in on, mate. Well, I mean, yes, you still are getting technically paid to work because it's on the job off-site training, if that makes sense, Swift Bunny. But as Lizardman said as well, he did an apprenticeship. Even though he doesn't do that work anymore, it's immensely good for your career. Because if you do an apprenticeship and then it goes on your resume and you complete it, etc., it shows that you're dedicated to things, to a particular craft, to a particular task for a period of time, a long period of time. They teach you all sorts of hands-on, thinking on the spot skills that you don't get from an office job. Yeah, exactly what Lizardman said. The classroom can only give you so much, but doing it as your job as well, it will give you the answer within 6 to 12 months. Instead of you wasting 2 years, 3 years, whatever it takes to do a certificate 3, only for you to discover, it's actually not really for me. The other thing is you'll get a job more easily if you do an apprenticeship alongside it, because then when you qualify, you have 3 or 4 years kitchen experience. If you don't do the apprenticeship, you have the qualification and no kitchen experience. So therefore, everybody who applies for that same job who's done an apprenticeship is going to get picked before you. Or what Sean said is another great option. So, the little town that is just off to our right, so just over there, just past Icarus, is actually called Baghdad in California, which seems like a contradiction in terms. Vruden says he's lost. Where the hell is Innsbruck? Austria? Yeah, Austria. Where the hell are you, Vruden? Right. No, Vruden's just there. So where the... Why do you... What? I'm very confused, Vruden. Why do you think you're in Innsbruck? Newcastle in England, not Australia. Sorry, Australia. Well, to be fair, Newcastle in England is a proper city, whereas Newcastle in Australia is... They'd like to refer to themselves as a city, but I think they've only got 250,000 people, so... Does it really classify? I don't know. You get tremendous anxiety when I aren't in front of you? Yep. I'm sure you do, Bruton. You have a Swansea too, I believe, in Australia. Yeah, I mean, we've got Stratford upon Avon, for God's sake, in Australia. Sure. Yeah, Vruden's GPS is very broken. It saw some mountains, Stu, and it's just like, oh yes, we're in Innsbruck. Just disregard the desert, like, atmosphere. Atmosphere? Landscape. If the desert's in the atmosphere and the atmosphere's in the desert. Oh yeah, I forgot about the fact that Vruden is allergic to downloading flight plans. Bobsleds. We have Texas in Australia. Yeah, it's known as North Queensland. So, GC bounds, you've still got 16 nautical miles until we get to Charlie Alpha 90, so you might still be able to jump in there, mate. You have Mexico and Jamaica in New York. Wow. You have New Russia and Swastika as well. I see. Right. Bruton says, I'm supposed to be behind Bryce, but this 172 is just too damn fast. I can't control all the horsepower. Yeah. Tell me another story, Bruton. Tell me another story. Sean's been flying with full flaps and his fuel is now low. Well, we have Charlie Alpha 90 in 13 nautical miles, something like that, Sean, if you need to stop for fuel. You have Cuba in New Mexico. I swear, people who named cities and all that and towns, some days they must have just had a lot to drink and they're just like, we're gonna fuck with everyone right now. We're gonna put Mexico in New York, and Cuba in New Mexico. Yeah, Sean's really moving now. Holy shit. Sean's Kodiak can smell the petrol at Charlie Alpha 90 and he's just like, yep, we going. No worries, Swift Bunny. All good, mate. It could have been you or it could have been the sim because of all the background work they're currently doing. Alright, we should probably switch fuel tanks for a bit, keep it nice and balanced. Yeah, so I did know that, Garwin. I did know that. So basically anything that would have been said about cooking in the last 5 minutes with Bunny, to summarise, was basically do the apprenticeship. It'll answer your question as to whether or not you like it, and it's not going to, it's going to benefit you in the long term, even if you don't decide to do cooking once you finish your apprenticeship. That's basically summarising what everybody sort of spoke about. If New Mexico was named after an Old English place too, does that mean that Mexico was named after an Old English place? So we just flew over the bustling metropolis of Guardian. So bustling that I can't actually... Oh, there's 2 houses there. Whew. Calm down, population growth. Yeah, just ask about an apprenticeship tomorrow, Swift Bunny. Just be like, hey, I'd be potentially, you know, I want a little bit more from this. I want to do it as a job, and just see what they say. If they know what's good for them, though, they'll 100% support you and help you and all those things. The rest of the people in the US are smart enough to not live in the middle of the desert? No. It's got nothing to do with that at all, Garwins. Everybody wants to live in the desert. Needles holds the world record for the highest temperature where rain hit the ground. You happen to be driving through there at the time. Hang on, so it was I need to do the conversion here, 2 seconds. Us normal people work in Celsius. Right, so that... Jesus. Far out. So that's 48 degrees Celsius and raining. Right. Okay. -48 degrees Celsius and raining. That's just... Huh? My mind has been slightly blown by that, William. Like, that is... You know, like here in, you know, tropical northern Australia, so Cape York Peninsula, Darwin, that part of the world, very common for it to be 35, 36, 37, even like, you know, teetering on that 38 degree marker in the middle of the hot season. But raining, and obviously it hits the ground, but obviously not much hotter and it will stop hitting the ground. Yeah. You've seen it over 120 at 1 a.m. Right, so that, I guess, is why nobody fucking lives out here. Fair enough. See you, Stu, mate. Have a good one. Look after yourself.
Welcome to All Things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
I agree with you, Swift Bunny. Zero does make more sense for freezing temperatures than 32 Fahrenheit. Absolutely it does. Britain says, in Atlanta, if you water your lawn during the day, the water never hits the grass, it just floats away. I see. So our next waypoint is Charlie Lima 18, which is actually a closed airstrip. So if you need fuel, recommend not picking that one. So we currently have about 50 nautical miles of flying left to do here. Guys, also thank you very much for the 17 likes. Really appreciate that. Especially with the slightly later starting time on the stream. I think we were about an hour and a half later than we usually would be. Well, Rudin, first things first, you're in front of me, so I don't know how... I don't know, Sean. I'm just looking at that now going, why aren't those playing? Let's see.
Whistles blowing down the hall. I still hear it a distant brawl. Whisper fractions.
I know why they're not playing. One of us has misspelled his name.
Fuck me! Shit!
I mean, maybe going, maybe. But also, there's only 2 countries in the world that use Fahrenheit. William, well, the Route 66 adventure, it's been about 6 months since we've flown on it. Probably looking to do once a month. Same with the Nile and the East to West Australia, once a month.
You're a first-class cunt.
Somebody hasn't used Ramsey 2 in a while. Little Nav Maps says 5500. Did I update the Barrow? Yeah, I update my Barrow as we cross over every airport, Sean. The only 2 sensible countries? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, Garwin. I'm just making a point. We're just making a point. That's all. I'm in agreement with you. There's not really any worse or better way. It's just for cold temperatures, Celsius is a much better representation because small numbers equals cold. For hot temperatures, Fahrenheit's the better option. If you say to somebody it's 118 degrees, nobody's going to question. Oh, is that hot or cold? It's fucking obvious. William uses Kelvin. Oh yes, let's just throw another one into the mix just to really screw it everyone. Right, so our next waypoint is Clip and then Camino Airstrip, Charlie Lima 29. So, GC bounds, I would be looking to join in at Charlie Lima 29, which is, guess what? 25 nautical miles from where we are at the moment. It's 475 degrees Kelvin today. Well, then I think Kelvin takes the cake for being the best gauge of hot temperatures, because if you tell somebody it's 475, they're going to probably ask you if you're roasting a lamb. Oh, righto, GC Bounds. You've joined in at a closed airstrip, but not a problem. If it still exists within the sim, who gives a shit, you know? Just because little nav map says it's no longer a active airstrip. What gas mark is that? I don't know. It depends how much stone the lamb weighs. Your car won't start, it's only 400 degrees outside. GC Bounds says he doesn't see us. I see you, GC Bounds. Right there. Racer Dude 5678. 5, 6, 7, 8, my blue scooting babies. I've just smashed the microphone with my elbow. Sorry for that. Everybody's just been slightly deafened. My boot scooting baby. I'll just stop there. Sean says there's no rope long enough to check your knots today. Ha ha. Funny. You've been hanging out with me for way too long, Sean. The crap humour is starting to wear off. So off to our left-hand side right now, this little dirt road right here is, believe it or not, Route 66. We do rejoin up with the Route 40 freeway though, highway, whatever the hell it is. Darwin just lost everybody. That's weird. That again, it comes down to obviously the behind the scenes shitola they're doing with the servers, I guess. Sergey, Sergi53, whatever your name is, mate. Now that I've butchered it 500 times, and I haven't even broken it down into ribs and breast and all that. Welcome, 300 subs, he says. Are you the 300th subscriber? If so, welcome. And if you're not, well, I'll still welcome you. But no, it's a pleasure to have you here. You are doing well. And if we are at 300 subs, hallelujah. We were once upon a time at 300 subs, and then I stopped streaming. I also stopped being able to use the English language. Sean says, hey, I always leave these streams with a smile, even if it all crashes and throws its toys out the pram. Thank you for coming back. Hey, not a problem, Sean. I could not leave you guys much longer than what I had. Let me put it like that. I'd been in conversation with a few people prior to the time that I obviously switched over jobs. I was like, I need to get back to streaming. Lizard Man, you look like you're about to meet the Earth. Whoa. Are we at 300? Ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen? Boom. Yes, we are. Hot damn. Thank you very much, everyone. Really, really appreciate that. So does that mean I need to make tomorrow into a 300 subscribers party, do I? Shit, I didn't think that would occur. Well, I'm happy to do that, I must say. But thank you very much to everyone who's been involved in this channel since it started and who hung around and waited during the time that I thought I could balance a head chef gig and streaming at the same time. Appreciate every single one of you, and now we're at the 300. Lizard Man says, now you have to hold the hot gates. I don't actually know what that means, Lizard Man. Sorry to burst your bubble like that. William says it's fun to fly in dirt strips in real life. Yeah, it is actually. Shut up, Bruden. It's never happening. Oh yeah, Sean, I do actually owe you that, don't I? Shit. I'm glad you can remember that sort of stuff. 300 Spartans. This is Sparta. Swift Buddy says, do I have the F-35? I do not have the F-35. I will get all of the aircrafts when I come back from Asia. Yeah, I said I'd attempt to learn it live on stream, Bruden, and that went not great. Not great. It's different for Sean though, because Sean's requesting something I can actually do, and that he has seen me do before on stream. Yeah, the real reason that Bruden left, absolutely. Yeah, William, I'm running away in 24 hours. Oh, you want to see it because it's a debacle. I see. So Bruden wants entertainment in the form of me taking the piss out of myself on the internet, which I basically have been doing now for basically since I started streaming, but is that not enough for you, Bruden? You always want more, I don't know. GC Bounds, do I still see you? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Yes, you're there. Just in front of Bruden. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Sean. Yes, it's a holiday, but it's also, it was all designed to create more diverse content for the channel as well. Seeing as the channel is now food, engines, and wheels, basically, really. That if you want to find the theme. If it involves food, an engine, or it's got wheels of some sort, I will make content about it. I don't know if you could quite claim that, William. I'm going to attempt it. But I don't know if you could call me a travel vlogger, because travel vloggers travel continuously, and unless I somehow gain 100,000 subscribers from 3 weeks of travel in Asia, I'm not going to be able to afford to be a travel vlogger. But I got all the bits and pieces. Got the flexible tripod with the mounts. Got the microphone. Got lighting. See, what you're assuming there, Sean, is you're assuming I'm going to become a star in Japan. But if anything, the country that I would be trying to become a star in would be either the Philippines or Thailand. Lizard Man, I'm going to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines. spending a short amount of time in each place. It's my first solo traveling venture. Really getting myself out of my comfort zone with that, let me tell you. And if I enjoy it, I'll do something longer and more in-depth in 2023, 2024. Oh, absolutely, Garwin. And, like, the fact that in Singapore I've got friends, and the fact that in Thailand I've got acquaintances in every single location I'm going to as well, and the other two places I'm only spending 2 or 3 days, so I'm only spending 3 days in KL and 3 days in Manila, basically as KL's a little stopover on the way into Thailand and Manila is a little stopover on the way back home. Yeah, I'm sure you're 100% right, Garwin. I'll just be like, oh, right, okay, that was quick. Can I go to a Maldives overwater bungalow resort next so you can live vicariously through me? Hey, you know, if I get a good enough paying job, or I can make enough money between my job and making content, maybe. But you can do those overwater bungalow resorts in the Philippines and Vietnam and places like that for so much cheaper than it costs in the Maldives. So your summer, Garwin, I'm assuming. So like this time next year. Lizard Man says, food is fantastic in Asia, you'll love it. Singapore has so many different foods from different parts of Asia all in one place. So, I've been to Singapore airport but never actually into Singapore. I've been to KL airport but never into KL. The 3 places I'm going in Thailand, I have been in the general area before, but I'm staying in different parts of those cities on the opposite sides of where I did last time. And then I've never been to Manila either. Rudin is pulling jet fighter maneuvers in his 172. Oh yeah, copy Tariq. Yeah. It's the same in Vietnam and Thailand. They just have different names for it. But it's coffee with sweetened condensed milk. Yep, so William, I think that's a very, very good explanation of Singapore. I guess from my perspective, the only issue with Singapore is it is so expensive. Not so much to eat or anything once you're there, but staying there is just so crazy expensive. Like, I'm spending 4 nights in Singapore and it's costing me 500 Australian dollars to stay in a tiny hotel room in Singapore. For perspective, my whole time in KL, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Bangkok and Manila is not even costing me $500 in accommodation costs. So Singapore, 4 days in Singapore is costing more than the other 2.5 weeks in accommodation costs. So, yeah. Singapore's expensive. That's so expensive, Garland. But I mean, I'm also, like, when I say expensive, I'm comparing it to the rest of Southeast Asia. Obviously, Singapore is not actually expensive. It's about the same cost as Australia and the US and all those developed countries. But just in comparison to the surrounding areas that I'm traveling to, it's very expensive. Alright, so we're coming up now on Gorsi. So the active runway at Needles is runway 20. And we are now on the Arizona-California border, basically. In fact, we will cross into Arizona as we pass over Eagle Airfield, which is we'll then make our turn to come into Needles. Does it have an ensuite bath room, says William. That thing does. Hey, Willie Canuck is here. He says howdy. Hey, how you going, Willie? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well there, mate. And Paul says hi as well. G'day, Paul, mate. Welcome to the stream. Surrogate Paul? Surrogate Paul? Yeah. I'm just going to go with Paul if that works good for you. Well, unfortunately they didn't bring pizza. Yeah, it's very, very visually spectacular around here. I must agree with you, William. So, Paul, you can download it from the Windows App Store within Windows. Steam as well also has it. Should probably look at possibly losing some altitude here. So Needles is 919 feet ASL. So there we go. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So, Paul, the difference between all the packs is the number of handcrafted airports you get by default and the number of aircraft. So, the more money you spend, the more aircraft and handcrafted airports you get by default. But as Willie said, I'm not a personal fan of getting it from Steam either. I prefer Windows Store. Just so basically what I'm saying, Paul, is purchase whatever's in your budget that you feel comfortable with. But as Willie was saying, you can get a trial to the base sim through Xbox Game Pass on PC. And you can see if you actually even like it before you fork out the money. Yeah, exactly. And Game Pass is about $10 a month. So you know, a month or two of playing it, you'll know, yes, I like this, no, I don't like this, and then easy. Shawndale says winds change. The winds are swirling a bit, but they're only 2-3 knots, so it's not really a huge issue. There we go. Garland passing over Eagle Airfield. That's cool. So we're now officially in Arizona, and we're going to make our way back into California. Yeah, so I'm on live weather, Garland. And the wind is basic, like, you're right, when it blows it is right down 20, but it's, realistically, it's not worth really taking too much into account. GC Bound says, I will follow everyone and land last. Okay, not a problem, mate, all good. Really? I guess that doesn't really surprise me though, Garwin, because of what people were saying before about the crazy temperatures and all that you know, you've seen in this general area. Not really surprising to hear that, yeah, the density altitude is too much. Alright, let's put the various bits and pieces on. Right, we are riding right on that stall horn. Almost. Want to trim down, you bastard? What are you doing? I thought I turned off the autopilot. Turns out the autopilot wasn't off. Oh my god, it's lost its mind. What the? Even though the autopilot's off, it seems to be trying to fight me on the trim. There we go. That's better. Now we're back in control of this damn thing. Maybe, Sean. I'm thinking of maybe between the Pipistrel and the 152 on this Route 66 series. Jeez, it likes to float. It was looking like I was losing altitude too quickly there for a while, and then it just floats. There we go. Not actually a bad landing in the end. Because this thing needs no runway whatsoever to pull up, does it? So, there's obviously, as you know, Swift Bunny, there's a lot of positive talk about Sim Update 10, but we've heard it all before. Really? Peanut is from Needles. That's cool. I wasn't aware of that. For a small airport, it's actually quite large. There's a lot of taxiing involved. Is that just because Needles is a trucking route with a big cargo freight train station and all that? They also use this airport for a lot of freight, I guess? Yeah, I'm sure, Vruden. Oh, look, there's pigs outside flying in the sky. I believe the 23rd, 4th, 5th of August. One of those three, Willie. But it wouldn't surprise me if it gets delayed until early September. Because they'll be like, it's not quite finished yet. So it's not up to the perfectionist standards that we like to hold ourselves to. Be like, bullshit, Jorg. What perfectionist standards? Turn that off. Yeah, exactly right, Sean. That's what I'm thinking as well. It's likely to get knocked back some sort. A couple of days, a week, maybe a week and a bit, you know. Alright, so I need to remember how to use the drone on this thing. No worries, Icarus. Thank you very much for coming along, mate. Really appreciate that. Alright, so we're going to head out towards the end of the runway here so GC Bounds can be seen by the world And Swift Bunny if he wants to be. Have a good one, Icarus, mate. Look after yourself, yeah? Yeah, no pressure at all, hey. Not to mention I'm going to be up in exactly 8 hours because Garwin's streaming and I wouldn't miss that for the world. Especially seeing as I now have the opportunity to watch one of Garwin's streams. You can fucking bet that I'm going to be there with bells on. No whistles, just bells. Yeah, exactly. GC Bounds, I just want to tell you good luck. We're all counting on you. Like what Vruden said. Well, I mean, Garwin, that sounds like a bit of a fucking, Sorry, I just had to go there. It's a bit of a prick move. Alright, in he comes, Racer Dude. In his race Cessna 172. That appears to be invisible except for the lights. What have you done to your Cessna 172? Hello, Casper. And he's been absorbed into the runway. R.I.P. Alright, so I think Lizard Man and Swift Bunny are doing an air show, or maybe not. Swift Bunny appears to be trying to make a landing and he's instead made a crash. And Lizard Man is doing his usual F-22 trick. Alright, back over to the terminal. Oh, we can see GC Bounds again. Well, we can see his nameplate. We can't actually see him. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of the stream and the end of the second leg here of the Route 66 historic flight thing that we are doing. I hope you guys did enjoy this stream as much as I certainly did. I will obviously be signing off now. It is 20 past 1 in the morning and I do have a stream to catch in the morning. Speaking of which, I will drop Garwin's information in the chat once more. He is streaming in 8 hours time. If you are around and you are free,
Hail to the king, baby.
Please go and check him out. See what he's got to offer. I've heard nothing but good things. But ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, look after yourselves, stay safe, stay well, don't do anyone I wouldn't do, and I'll catch all of you in the next stream. Cheers.